The following video is about whether or not you can recover something off of YouTube that's been deleted. Warning: Google, YouTube, and many corporations that run social media websites have actively prevented archiving of things. They treat it as if you're bypassing their rules, regulations, advertising, whatever, or at times doing it for legal reasons, or just because they feel evil. It should be noted that if someone deliberately deletes a video from YouTube, whether it's evidence of their wrongdoing or just because they don't want to be harassed or stalked, it's kind of something everybody would agree needs to be able to be totally erased. But here we go. We're going to use an example of a video that was uploaded 2019, August 20th, and erased sometime before 2023, November 30th. Now, I'm not including archive today. I'm going to be using archive.org for this example because it can hold the actual video data sometimes. This is not really going to be able to do so. Spoiler alert, the video that ends in BIEOLSWXV2E is not available through any Google service that I can find, even the ones they don't talk about, and or not available through archive.org, which are the only ones that are notorious for saving it, as well as some other websites I'll just mention quickly, such as, here we go, Y2Mate, or any other website that would help you download and convert a video. A lot of them keep a cached copy of the video, permanently in some cases. Unlistedvideos.com, Filmot.com, unlisted search. These are special purpose websites that were set up to retain things when Google or YouTube or other companies made a unilateral decision to erase things and or hide them. Maybe inspired by PhotoBucket erasing people's pictures. Archiving your data so that a website, when, not if, they decide to erase things and hold it hostage, is a requirement. In 2020 and other years intermittently, but definitively throughout 2020, YouTube as a corporation interfered with anyone archiving by attacking archive.org and other archiving sites. This was to prevent the comment section being archived because it either A, contained links to illegal content, that's their excuse, B, contained factual proof that someone was involved in a criminal activity, and YouTube and Google did not want to be held responsible, so they just started ordering archive.org to erase everything. And then subsequent years, they would put up interstitials, otherwise known as full-page pop-ups that would interfere with whatever you're doing to try to hide things. They still do this. That including trying to throw the comment section to one side or another of the page, making it not able to be archived because it was shown as an extra instance to the page. They've gone out of their way to make sure they interfere with anything you and I find valuable. So our example here that ends in XV2E is a video that I was sent a link to. Here we go. We have 4 copies of some info. It's a web page archive. The video wasn't found. Attempts to archive org this video failed. We have to specify which archiver. 2021 has an archive that happened February. 2022 has one that happened twice in August. And 2023 has an archive that happened just before Christmas in 2023 that just simply shows that the video was erased or something. They don't specify in the response page, as it is sometimes called, what happened to it. Was it deleted by the uploader? Was it deleted by them? Because, if you're not aware of it, YouTube suffered a lawsuit from people like me where they would say we did something terrible when we didn't and specify in the description terrible things they were accusing us of, and then put the video back up when they found out they were wrong and not realize that that is a public declaration of something that would damage someone's reputation, i.e. a fairly expensive lawsuit. But for a while you could get them posting all sorts of stuff. We can also try tricking archive.org into showing if it stole a copy of it in spite of YouTube's policies. We do https://web.archive.org/web/2OE_/http or https :/wayback-fakeurl.archive.org. For some reason that was used as an intermediate thing that would grab a copy of the video, and then we put in org/yt/ and then the ID code. And in this case, we don't find something. You can find random files recorded that way. And it was before a certain date where they were all archived? No. Some of them were flash files. Would it archive them? Yeah, but not always. Sometimes afterwards. It would immediately erase those if it got a good copy, and it would make it part of the official copy. This is the preliminary one to just see if it can grab the video at all. Remember, YouTube and Google also switched to a file format that busts the video up in chunks called literally blobs. And next, that it resulted in nothing. We can also go to archive.org post/something something something, which talks about how to do it. And you can read about it. And it works sometimes. And the links that are listed back then, years ago, still work. We can trick Google into showing if it stole a copy of the video in spite of YouTube as well, because Google and YouTube were not knowing what the other hand was doing. So sometimes Google would record a copy of the content clean, or you'd be able to grab the blob data or the streaming data from within the HTML. That's beyond the scope of this video. But anyway, you do webcache.googleusercontent.com/search Q equals cache equals, and you ask for the query of it. Now that's the same as typing in cache : and then the URL you're looking up. And this isn't any different than getting an archive.org, but when you do it by using that specific one with HTTP, and you might need to use HTTPS, either one of them, and insert or not insert www in front of YouTube, you may or may not get it to trick itself into giving you a copy of it, which it may have saved. It may have saved the entire binary file. For those of you watching, you may have noticed that virtually all of my videos are low resolution. Low resolution 240p crap grade, potato grade videos like this are the only types they normally will archive still today, because it occupies one blob file per 15 minutes. It doesn't have a higher resolution, so it doesn't have to do any of the fancy stuff. This is old school YouTube. One of many reasons I don't bother uploading in high res is I want to be able to recover it when, not if, YouTube kills my channel off. And I've used this to recover videos repeatedly. I'm showing all the methods I did to get my stuff back. And this was also during the period of time they were cacking channels during 2020 when they were preventing archiving. And I still got around it. Now we can also search for it using the mobile link only, which will be listed as m.youtube.com/watch V equals and then the number, or we can use the short link only, which will be listed as u2.be/ and then the ID code. These all failed due to redaction during 2020, or just failed because it didn't know what I was doing, or in one case tried to crash my browser. We then need to see if any mirroring was done by the uploader to, let's say, Rumble, or for them, or against their will. So we look for the ID code. We put it into quotes, we put it not in quotes, we do it, and then say search cite.youtube.com. The idea is to look for anybody crediting the URL, or someone making a backup copy and mentioning the actual URL it came from. 0 results. No one on YouTube backed up this video. And it was considered important by many people, apparently, enough that they included it in blog postings or as listings of citations as evidence of data. But they didn't save the video, which is one of my complaints about groups of people that cite things. I mean, I've broken this rule too. Sometimes I'm figuring, oh, no one's going to erase this channel. It's totally mundane. Yep, someone erased it. YouTube or Google will flag just literally anything. Lawyers will flag videos just to get you to pay them $15 to go away sometimes. We can search by title or description, or the first sentence thereof, which is really the only part you should do. The full sentence in quotes. In this case, we look up the title and the thing, and we get really nothing. I mean, nothing except the same 5 links that say, yeah, this is a reference to the video, and it's a link directly to the uploader. And a lot of uploaders out there will put in the videos, it's okay if you want to link to me, but don't copy or mirror anything. Said no one sane dealing with Google and YouTube ever. If you want your shit not to be erased, put down below, you are free to archive this. I don't care. Make a joking version of it. I don't care. The fact that you can still look up some of my channel data from 2014 or something, I think even older than that, on some people's channels because they decided it was funny and did a remix, is the only reason I have a copy. because someone else made a copy of it. That and my computer died. Now let's move on. If you search by title or description or the first sentence or the URL name, if none of that works, and in this case, none of this shit worked at all. I mean, yeah, I can look for it, but I'm not finding a copy of the video. I'm finding people talking about it. So now we get to the uploader itself. And we find out the person had a PayPal. Maybe they had a GoFundMe. Maybe they integrated some of the videos to the GoFundMe. In this case, this person only had a PayPal. Okay. What about their YouTube links? Well, we can look them up under youtube.com/C for the channel name, blah, 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 or at the channel name the person had. And we find that there aren't any archives accidentally made there by having it autoplay as the first video on the page. That's the only thing left over. Next, we are last done. We have to ask them by contacting them, where's the video? If that person uploading it erased it, they will tell you they erased it and they do not want it available, and we have lost the trail at this point. So to review, without contacting the uploader, we're not even presuming the uploader has a channel. I'm trying to find it just period. We only want the video content. I'm able to find through archive.org through one of the 4 links. It's only 4, and only a few of them show anything. And most of them have YouTube desperately trying to prevent you from seeing it, so I have to right-click this component of the page and tell it to delete it so that I can see past it, so I can read the description, the name of the video, the time and date stamp it was uploaded. That's how annoying this gets. And from that, looking up the title, first sentence, the URL, even the channel name, all of this data, nothing. I can't find anything for this video. The next step is we use the URL itself and go through archive.org, see if it got a backup copy. If we don't, we try to trick it into showing it if it did it as just a file storage, which it would use the ID code that YouTube does because that's perfectly acceptable. Then we start looking up websites. Again, I'm reviewing websites that keep backup copies of things missing, like unlistedvideos.com or Filmont.com unlisted search. There are dozens of other pages, but they're all gone because YouTube and Google sued them for making backup copies of your videos and mine because they claimed a copyright to your work. And again, we look for anybody who made a mirror. So we type in cite, S-I-T-E, youtube.com, space, and then the name of the video, the title, the first sentence, some damn thing. We might look up archive of and then name of channel. But if the channel name changed over time, or if the title changed over time, or if the description changed over time, it's not going to be consistent. We can't find it. And in this case, I have found nothing. Now, why didn't I go through Archive Today or some other archiver? Because none of them save the video content, which is what's being asked for. The best we can get is a description in the video and the first sentence out of it and the rest of the data, which just says it's an interview with somebody in Delphi, Indiana. Conclusion. Google, YouTube, and every other social media website and every other website that data mines you and me aggressively tries to stop you from making backup copies because they want to sell that back to you. You can contact Google and YouTube if you have enough viewers and if you're a channel partner, and they'll recover any dang file that's erased. You'll have to sign a release. They won't let you upload it. Maybe they flagged your account or whatever, but you got to pay them money. It's money. Next, they will eventually purge data, but they're not wanting to do that because they want that for analytics and data mining and eventually for making an AI version of you and me to do an OnlyFans. Let's face it, we're all grist for the porn mill. Next, if the uploader erased it, there's a legitimate reason for legal reasons and also moral reasons for us not being able to get the dang video, I guess. The fact that I can't even find a comment section for this one is pretty much standard. Google and YouTube have been trying to do that for a while because people would use comment sections for videos to post scam links and illegal content links, including buying really dangerous materials or illegal materials. The 4 copies we have off archive.org are the best bet, and the fake backup copy that might have been made was the second best bet. And after that, it's looking up anybody who archived it with the same name and the same description, or at least partially. But because all of the links are dead before 2021, that's very unlikely to. So at that point, you have to contact the original uploader, and at least in this case, the uploader has a channel. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with that, and I hope this was informative as to why this is hard to do. And don't ask me to look up any of your videos unless you do these steps.